Hey everybody, KC here. So listen, everybody has their own definitions of success. Everybody has their own priorities. It's critical for retailers and marketers in general to understand that different generations have different priorities and different definitions. Because if you treat them as if they share your priorities and definitions, inevitably you're going to miss the target. This became really clear the other day when NBC News came out with this poll, a nationwide poll of Generation Z. These are people between the ages of 18 and 29. And the poll results are really kind of interesting. Men and women in that cohort, 1 to 3 was the same, number 6 was the same, 12 and 13 were the same. So, number 1 for both, having a job or career they find fulfilling. Number 2, having enough money to do the things they want to do. Number 3, achieving financial independence. That's great. Number 6 for both, owning your own home. Number 12, being able to retire early. And number 13, and last on the list, fame and influence. And this makes me feel so much better about a generation that has been raised on social media that they don't think fame and influence is all that important. I would never have guessed that. But after that, it totally breaks apart and fragments. So for women, number 4 is having emotional stability. For men, that's number 10. I don't know, maybe that's not really that surprising. Number 5 for women, using your talents and resources to help others. That's number 4 for men. Number 7 for women, having no debt. That's number 9 for men. Number 8 for women, being spiritually grounded. That is actually number 11 for men. Number 9, for women, making your family or community proud. Well, that's up at number 5 for men. Here's what gets really interesting. So number 10 for women is having children. And number 11 is being married. So they think having children is more important than being married if you're a woman in that cohort. For men, well, being married is more important, but being married comes in at number 7 and having children comes in at number 8. So that's a really interesting split. I find that fascinating. Now listen, when you break it out by politics, it gets even crazier, and I'm not going to go down the whole list, but I will tell you this is fascinating to me. So if you look at number 1, for men who voted for Trump, number 1 is having children. And men voting for Trump, number 4 is being married. It's interesting because it's not quite the same way it works out in the nationwide thing. Female voting for Trump, having children is number 6, and being married is number 9. So again, kids are more important than being married. But if you look at men who voted for Harris, being married is number 9, having children is number 10, and way down the list, okay, for women who voted for Harris, number 11 is being married, and number 12 is having children. By the way, for all of those, again, fame and influence was the last one. But again, fascinating that for men who voted for Trump, having children is more important than being married, and a little bit higher priority than it is for men and women who voted for Harris, for whom being married comes in number 1 and having children is number 2, but again, much further down the list. But here's my point, which is, this is all over the map. Nobody is wrong. These are just the people that have different priorities, they have different definitions of success, and everybody is entitled to their own priorities, and everybody's entitled to their own definition of success. One person does not have to live up to the other person's expectations. Now listen, the thing is, these are basically emerging adults. For retailers, that also means they are emerging customers. And you have to understand and cater to those differences if you're going to be if you're going to be successful at reaching to them. If kids are a low priority, for example, well, if you're a business that has traditionally catered to families with big baskets, well, you may have to rethink your business strategy a little bit because that may not be who's coming into your store. And again, it's also about employees because an effective employer understands his or her employees' priorities, understands how they define success, and is able to really get it in a way that is going to make them a more effective employee. Listen, the thing about catering to differences is if you do that, you at least have a chance of success. If you practice epistemic closure, where you just assume the world is the way you think it is, well, inevitably you're not going to be able to reach those people. Again, the bottom line is this. Nobody here is wrong. They're just different. But the difference is is where you find success versus failure. Anyway, that's what's on my mind. And as always, I want to hear what's on your mind.